Imagine waking up every single day feeling like you're stuck in an endless loop. Same dull routine, same disappointments, same regrets. Every night you tell yourself, tomorrow will be different, but when morning comes, nothing changes. That was my life, every single day. 6 months ago, I was in the darkest phase of my life. Broke, depressed, and completely lost. I had no direction, no hope, no motivation. I spent hours scrolling on my phone, watching other people succeed while I was stuck in the same miserable cycle. I kept making excuses. I don't have the resources. But then, one night, something happened. Something that hit me so hard, it forced me to change. It was 2 a.m. I was sitting in a dark room, staring at my reflection in the mirror, and for the first time, I truly saw myself, not as I wanted to be, but as I really was. A failure. That thought hit me like a ton of bricks. I asked myself one question, the hardest question of my life. If I keep living like this, where will I be in 6 months? The answer terrified me. That was the moment I decided, NOUGH. Enough excuses, enough waiting, enough hoping that things would magically change. If my life was going to change, I had to change first. And that night, I made a promise to myself. A promise that I would follow no matter what. And that promise changed everything. The breakdown, my 6-month transformation. That night, I wrote down 3 rules for myself. 3 rules that, if I followed them for 6 months. Rule number 1, no more excuses. I had to take full responsibility for my life. No more blaming my past, my circumstances, or other people. Instead of saying, I can't, I started asking, how can I? The moment I shifted my mindset, I realized something powerful. The only person stopping me from success was me. So, I took the first step. I wrote down everything I wanted to change. My bad habits, my fears, my weaknesses. And then I made a plan to fix them. Rule number 2, discipline over motivation. Most people wait for motivation, but motivation is a lie. It comes and goes. If I relied on motivation, I would quit within a week. So I built discipline. I created a strict routine. Wake up at 5 a.m. even when I didn't feel like it. Exercise daily to build both mental and physical strength. Read 10 pages of a book every day to reprogram my mind for success. Write down 3 goals every morning, so I knew exactly what I needed to do. The first few weeks were brutal. I wanted to quit every day, but I forced myself to keep going, and slowly, it started to work. Rule number 3, focus on one skill and master it. Instead of jumping from one idea to another, I picked one thing. For me, that was freelancing. I told myself, for the next 6 months, I will do nothing but learn and practice this skill. The first month, no results. Second month, still struggling. By the 3rd month, I got my first client. By the 4th month, I was making money. By the 5th month, I had built confidence. By the 6th month, I was no longer the same person. Now, let me be honest. It wasn't easy. There were days I felt like giving up. Days when I failed. Days when I doubted myself. I remember one night, 3 months into my journey, when I sat in front of my laptop, staring at an empty screen, completely frustrated. I had applied for over 50 jobs and got rejected every single time. My brain screamed, just quit. It's not working. You're wasting your time. And for a moment, I almost listened. But then I remembered something. Success isn't supposed to be easy. And so I kept going. The lesson, why this works. Here's the truth. Your life can change in 6 months. Not because of luck, not because of motivation, but because of consistent action. The formula is simple. Take full responsibility for your life. Replace bad habits with good ones. Focus on one skill and master it. Most people wait for the perfect time to start. But let me tell you something, there is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. So now, I have one question for you. Look at your life. If you keep living the way you are right now, where will you be in 6 months? If the answer scares you, maybe it's time to change, because 6 months from now, you will either have excuses or results. The choice is yours.